Tamara Bueler, and I'm going to talk a little bit about what I have learned throughout this semester and how I will use it in my everyday life. Throughout the course of this semester, I have learned a lot about myself and how the loss I have experienced has influenced my life. Some of the assignments were challenging and tested my emotions, but in a good way. I've never taken a class like this before where I actually had to dig deep into my personal life and connect my experiences of loss with any assignments. I have learned that there are many different forms of loss apart from death, and that everyone at every age group understands death and grieves differently. When you are an infant and your caregiver dies, it can disrupt building the foundation of trusting others and trusting the environment. Similarly, a death that affects other family members and puts them under stress can adversely affect the infant's developing sense of predictability about the world. When a death occurs in the child's environment, adults need to watch for nonverbal cues that a child might understand more than the adults think. During toddlerhood, they are developing greater independence, and the death of a significant other, especially a primary caregiver, affects the child's task of pursuing independence and may cause regression to earlier behaviors such as clinging, crying, and being more demanding. During the early childhood years, children think that death is reversible. They believe that even if someone dies, that the person can be fixed and go back to being normal and living. At the middle childhood period, children need details and concrete information to feel a sense of control, but when the details are frightening, such as a death, then they can become almost impossible for them to comprehend. Common grief reactions in the middle childhood period include school and learning problems, phobias, and anger. The death of a parent during school-age years is likely to deprive a child of an important source of recognition. During this period, children name both intentional and also unintentional means by which a person may die, and they are familiar with a wide range of causes of death. When death occurs, children are likely to be concerned about their own safety as well as the safety of other family members. During adolescence, it is possible for them to predict outcomes without having to witness it in the real world through the development of formal operations. Children at this stage understand death and what makes things die. Adolescents may still, however, believe that they are invincible and that death cannot happen to them or anyone that they love. As we get older, we develop a more mature understanding of death and all that comes with it. One doesn't only experience loss by death, but also through divorce or having an absent father or mother or many other options. Divorce especially is a huge form of loss, and it affects each member of the family differently. It is important, however, that parents take a situation such as divorce as an opportunity to teach their children something. The parents need to also watch out for signs of depression after a difficult time, such as losing a mother or a father or a sibling. All children grieve differently, but there are ways to understand and get through to your child to have them open up to you. Using forms of play is a great way to get them to open up to you about their feelings and their level of understanding of what may be happening. You can use puppets, dolls, or trucks so that you are on the child's level, which will make them feel more comfortable. Something else I have learned is how to communicate to a child that his or her parent has died or is ill. It is important not to sugarcoat anything when you're talking to a child about death, and you must be very honest about what has happened or what is happening. It is never easy to explain to a child that someone they love has died, but the conversation cannot simply be avoided. The parent should do the best that they can, and that is enough. Some parents might think that you have to be strong and hide their emotions from their children, but that is actually one of the worst things that they can do. It makes it easier for the children to open up and let out their emotions if they see their parent doing so. Overall, from taking the course, I have come to realize that death is just a part of life, and it cannot be avoided. Everyone experiences death differently and will grieve differently. I will use all of this information not only in my own personal life, but also in the lives of others. I can use it to help connect with people and comfort them when they are going through a tough time. I now know how to communicate effectively with children in times of loss. I will use this in my career since I will be a child life specialist and needing to have good communication skills when it comes to discussing loss with children and their family.